If I would have done this one thing, it literally would have saved me from getting scammed. Once upon a time, a few years back, when I was young and naive and new to the e-commerce world, I got heckin' scammed by a supplier on Alibaba. The inventory that I received did not match the sample at all. The production quality was horrendous. I requested a pretty maroon color and got fire truck red. They swapped the interior mechanics of one of the product's elements from metal to plastic. They then sent my replacement inventory but didn't have a tracking number yet. Spoiler alert, it never arrived. Thankfully, in the end, I was able to get most of my money back, so who's laughing now, Mr. Scammer? But looking back on it now, I'm like,
no shit, you got scammed, Megan.
So I'm here to share with you 6 things that you must know before buying on Alibaba so you have a safe and successful experience and not get scammed. I promise you'll want to watch this video to the end because these are things that I wish I knew as a beginner before diving into Alibaba. Even if you're not a beginner, I'm sure you will get value from this video. Number 1, select qualified suppliers. When you're searching through the sea of potential suppliers to work with, I recommend looking for verified suppliers who offer trade assurance. AKA only gold suppliers can offer trade assurance. So for verified suppliers, this is the more important badge to look out for. To qualify as a verified supplier, a supplier's company profile, production capabilities, products and process controls have to be inspected, assessed, and verified by independent third-party institutions to assure reputable and consistent expertise on Alibaba.com. So this will give you peace of mind that the supplier is who they say they are. So this chart shows you the qualifications that gold and verified suppliers have to pass to be awarded these badges. Gold suppliers. So they pay a high membership fee and go through an authentication and verification process and on-site check. You can see on their profile how many years they've been a gold supplier for. I recommend you look for a minimum of 3 years. Trade assurance. So this is insurance on your inventory order that Alibaba offers when you purchase from gold suppliers. It says here, 30 days after delivery, if you are not satisfied with the product quality, you may request a refund. We will help you investigate, mediate, and resolve your claim, plus reimburse you when appropriate. Your online order and communication records are the basis of refund resolution. So to make sure you qualify for Alibaba's trade assurance, you have to pay through Alibaba. And it's also a good idea to keep your communications with your supplier within the Alibaba messaging platform. Suppliers may suggest that you pay them through PayPal or wire transfer through your bank so that you can get a better deal. However, if something goes wrong, Alibaba is not going to help you. You can do this in the future once you've built a great relationship with your supplier, but just make sure you understand the risks of doing so. Trading, wholesale, or manufacturer, what's the difference? So you can see on the supplier's profile if they are a wholesale, manufacturer, or trading company, or a mix of those. Wholesale and trading companies are middle people who buy from the manufacturer and then resell to you. And manufacturers actually make the product themselves in-house. So wholesalers, they will sell anything and everything, whatever's a hot selling item. They may offer lower MOQs, which stands for minimum order quantities, if that's what you're looking for. However, their cost per unit may be higher. Trading companies, they typically specialize in a specific category of products. So a pro to this is they may have a larger product catalog compared to just working with a manufacturer. For example, if you're selling exercise bands for the gym, they may also offer other gym equipment so you can expand your brand. However, a con to this is if they are buying product from other manufacturers, there is going to be inconsistencies. I personally experienced that when I worked with a trading company, and I'm kind of convinced that they just purchased rejected inventory from certain manufacturers and then I ended up with it. Thankfully though, I personally received that inventory and I was able to quality control it and get rid of all the bad inventory, but that was a huge headache and I had to go through every single unit and I shouldn't have to do that. And for manufacturers, a pro to working with them is they may offer more customization options because you are working directly with the source, but a con to this is they may require a higher MOQ. MOQ. So they all have their pros and cons, and it's totally up to you which one you decide to go with. So this is just good to understand when you're looking through company profiles when deciding which supplier you'd like to go with. Number 3, contact suppliers. Alibaba has an instant messaging system that allows you to chat with suppliers. You're going to want to reach out to as many as you can to ask them questions and see who is going to be the best fit for you. So you'll want to ask them things like, what is the MOQ? This stands for minimum order quantity, and manufacturers want you to order a minimum amount of inventory so it's worth their while. However, you are able to negotiate this if need be. For example, this one time I didn't want to order 1,000 of a brand new product that I hadn't tested out yet. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, would you mind if I did a test order of 500 first, and then every other order after that will be the full 1,000? So I can test the waters with this product and see if I actually like it and want to continue on with it. So they did agree to this, which was fabulous, and then I ended up liking the product and I ordered 1,000 the next time. There have also been times where I've offered a higher cost per unit to be able to order less units. So that's an option too. Now you'll also want to ask them what is the price per unit and their pricing tiers. The price that you see on Alibaba isn't necessarily the price that you're going to pay per unit. Cost of goods fluctuate up and down all the time, or it could be the actual price but for a higher minimum order quantity or something like that. So ask them for the cost per unit for the minimum order quantity and then their pricing tiers, because as you order more product, the cost per unit should go down from there. Shipping. I also like to ask them for a shipping quote while I'm at it, because with the pandemic, shipping prices and times have been crazy and been going up and down all the time. So you can either give them your house address if you want to receive your inventory personally, or tell them you're looking to ship directly to an Amazon warehouse in the country of your choice, and they will help work out a shipping quote for you. Customization. If you're hoping to make any customizations to your product, ask what the charges would be for that. Some customizations are free, such as engraving in my experience, or choosing another stock color of the product. But maybe the color that you're wanting is actually a custom color and you'll have to order a higher minimum order quantity to be able to get that color in. Or maybe you want to make a change to the product and then that requires them to make a new mold, so then you have to pay a mold fee. Packaging. So your product will probably come in a very basic packaging and you might want to think about upgrading it. A nicer packaging does give the product a higher perceived value, so in my opinion, it is worth the investment if it fits your margins. The quicker, more efficient way to find suppliers. Put in an RFQ. So if you know exactly what product you're wanting to source and all its specs and everything, a quicker, more efficient way to find suppliers is to submit an RFQ, which stands for Request for Quotation. You fill out this form, enter in all of your details, add photos if you have photos, and suppliers are going to find you instead of you finding them, saving you a bunch of time. You can then communicate with them from there. Hey, quick intermission. Are you enjoying this video so far? If you are, please give it a like as it really supports my channel. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future Amazon videos from me. Hit the notification bell and feel free to comment below if you have any questions so far or any video suggestions. Thank you so much. You are the best. Now let's get back into the video. Number 4, order samples. You are most definitely going to want to order a sample before choosing which supplier you'd like to go with. I'd recommend ordering a minimum of 1 sample from 3 different suppliers. These products may look the exact same when you're just comparing photos, but you can definitely tell the differences when you're actually holding the products in your hands. You also want to take note of how well they were packaged, if they arrived damaged at all, or if they arrived dirty, which happens more often than you would think. So if you're receiving a dirty sample, how do you think the rest of your inventory is going to turn out? I've found bugs in my inventory before. I dropped that supplier real quick. Number 5, place your inventory order with a 30% deposit. So the standard payment terms are normally a 30% deposit and then you pay the remaining 70% when production is complete. If your supplier is suggesting something different, like 100% upfront, you can definitely negotiate it down to the 30-70 split. One of my products has a quick turnaround time of only a few days, so I totally don't mind paying the 100% upfront for these products. But as your relationship with your supplier continues to develop, you can actually further negotiate this 30-70 split. An example of this would be the two of you can agree that you don't actually pay the 70% balance until a month after your inventory has reached Amazon's warehouse. This makes it so your cash flow isn't so restricted. The product can be selling for a whole month, so you're starting to make that money back and then you pay the supplier. And I've heard of payment terms that are even better than this. And this is because suppliers, they want to help you, because as they help you to grow, it's going to help them grow. And number 6, if I would have done this one thing, it literally would have saved me from getting scammed. And that is hiring out a third-party inspection company. It's a great idea and a great investment to hire out a third-party inspection company to go to your supplier's factory and inspect your product. This is where I went wrong on my first order with a certain supplier, and I had no idea that it was even an option, and it's affordable. It's usually only around a few $100s or so, depending on how thorough of an inspection you want to get. So you choose how much of your inventory you'd like to have inspected, 20%, 40%, 80%, 100%, whatever. They'll go ahead and look for defects, make sure that your inventory matches the sample that you were provided with. They'll give you a full inspection report with photos and also have the supplier replace the product that didn't pass inspection. This inspection is also done before you pay the remaining balance of your inventory. So you don't actually pay for the remainder that you owe until there's confirmation that your inventory has passed inspection. You're going to want to tell your supplier about this inspection right away up front before they start production, so they know the entire time that they have to meet a certain standard and they won't cut corners, because it just won't be worth their time if they fail the inspection. Now, if your supplier says that they don't allow people to come in and do inspections, or they know of a company that they work with and can do the inspection for you, red flag. They need to be a third-party company, not affiliated with your supplier at all, so they are not biased. And Alibaba actually offers an inspection service, so that's a great option for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I truly appreciate it. So if you are buying Alibaba products to sell on Amazon, you will love this playlist here, where I have tons of videos on Amazon, from product research to how to send in your inventory or getting more product reviews on Amazon. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!